Arsenal make big move to reach Mikel Arteta's £50 million transfer target. And in the spirit of significant change, we have Arteta on the hunt for a new £22 million striker and Fabrizio Romano bringing crucial updates on a new deal. Stay with me until the end so you don't miss any updates. But before that, if you are also passionate about Arsenal, subscribe to the channel now and stay up to date with everything that happens behind the scenes of the biggest team in the Premier League. And without further ado, let's get to today's news. Arsenal may now offer Hale End graduate Charlie Patino to Juventus so Mikel Arteta can agree a transfer to Emirates Stadium for Dusan Vlahovic in the January window. The Spaniard is desperate for the Gunners to add to his attack in the winter market. Arsenal have fallen away from the top of the Premier League table in recent weeks and saw their FA Cup campaign end in the third round. The Champions League last 16 also awaits in February. Arsenal crashed out of the FA Cup at the first hurdle to top-flight tabletoppers Liverpool last Sunday. Arteta's team also sit 5 points behind the Anfield natives after 20 Premier League games. Bukayo Saka is also their top scorer with 9 goals, with 6 coming in the top flight. Arsenal consider a player plus cash transfer with Patino for Vlahovic. One striker Arteta particularly appreciates as Arsenal target attacking transfers is Vlahovic of Juventus. Reports by TV Play note that the Gunners' boss has never hidden his admiration of the 23-year-old. He is also a very concrete target for Arsenal in the January transfer sales. Arsenal had tried to sign Vlahovic from ACF Fiorentina before he agreed to move to Juventus in January 2022. But any deal to sign him this January will require Arteta to sacrifice a player to afford a deal. So, Arsenal are considering offering Juventus Patino's transfer for Vlahovic. Juventus are interested in Patino, and even scouted him on loan with Swansea City in the FA Cup against Morecambe on Saturday. The Bianconeri see the Arsenal Academy product as a medium to long-term investment. Juve are also confident that Patino will only improve, too. Juventus are open to a player plus cash transfer in the January sales. The proposed swap move would see Arsenal offer Patino and a large cash sum for Vlahovic's transfer from Juventus. Vlahovic, who Lex technical director Pantaleo Corvino has dubbed complete, has scored 7 and assisted 2 goals in his 17 Serie A appearances this term. Sky Sports reporter Gary Cottrell also recently noted that Juventus value Vlahovic at £50 million amidst transfer interest from Arsenal. But the Serie A side would consider a player plus cash proposal given their own financial issues. So, the Patino swap might get Arsenal the Serbian. Arsenal have reportedly made an offer to sign Heta striker Borja Mayoral. Arsenal have been heavily linked with a number of strikers. However, Ivan Toney is the name that has come up again and again. The Gunners have been credited with an interest in the Brentford striker for some time. Given the Bees are said to want £100 million for the forward though, Mikel Arteta has been forced to look at alternative options. It is hard to argue that the North London club do not need a new striker. After all, the current first-choice man to lead the line is Gabriel Jesus, who for all of his qualities, simply is not prolific enough. So far this season, the Brazilian has contributed just 3 Premier League goals, having made 15 appearances in the competition. Meanwhile, Hale End Academy graduate Edin Nketiah is simply too inconsistent at the highest level. The 24-year-old has netted 5 times in 19 top-flight outings this season. However, 3 of those strikes came as a hat-trick in one match against newly promoted strugglers Sheffield United. Nketiah also has a very poor record of being able to impact matches with goals off the bench. In an effort to address this issue and bring a more clinical finisher to the club, Arsenal have tabled a £22 million bid for Borja Mayoral as an alternative to Toney, as reported by The Sun. However, this opening offer has already been knocked back by the Spanish outfit, as they have put a £39 million price tag on the 26-year-old. Mayoral has been in fine form so far this season. He has found the back of the net 14 times in all competitions, with 12 of those strikes coming in La Liga. He is something of a poacher by nature, coming alive in the 18-yard box. The striker knows how to make himself a nightmare for opposition defenders to deal with by constantly making smart runs. When chances do come his way, he is reliably able to keep his composure and find the back of the net. Mikel began his career at Real Madrid, showing plenty of promise as a youngster. However, he was only ever able to make 33 first-team appearances for the capital club, and also spent time on loan with Wolfsburg, Levante, and Roma, before joining Heta on a permanent basis in the summer of 2022. Coming to Arsenal would represent a step up for Mikel, who may well be keen to prove he can shine at the very highest level, having failed to establish himself at Real Madrid previously. Arsenal are keen on extending Takahiro Tomiyasu's contract, and they have now been handed a boost as a deal appears to be edging closer. The 25-year-old has been excellent at times this season, but has also missed several games through injury, and is currently away at the Asia Cup. His versatility across the back line makes him a very useful player for Mikel Arteta, and amid interest from Bayern Munich and Napoli, Arsenal are keen to tie him down on fresh terms. Fabrizio Romano has now given a positive update on Tomiyasu's contract negotiations. Speaking to Give Me Sport, Romano revealed that despite a lot of interest in him, talks between Arsenal and Tomiyasu are going well ahead of his potential new contract. Negotiations are advancing very well. There is still something to clarify in terms of the structure of the new deal, but Tomiyasu wants to stay, he stated. We heard some rumors from Italy, saying Napoli, Roma, and AC Milan are interested. It's true that many Italian clubs were considering a move on loan for Tomiyasu. But Arsenal were very clear in their message because they said there was no chance of Tomiyasu leaving. Can Arsenal rely on Takahiro Tomiyasu? As good as Tomiyasu has been this season, his injury record is a major concern, and he has missed crucial matches in all 3 of his campaigns at the club. Arsenal are in the market for a defender, and rightly so given the injuries they are currently suffering, with Jurrien Timber out long-term and Oleksandr Zinchenko missing the last 2 games. Even when Tomiyasu returns from the Asia Cup, Mikel Arteta needs to be cautious over how reliant he is on him. Tomiyasu is the only viable backup for Ben White at right back, and is the best possible cover for Zinchenko on the left. With the Ukrainian in poor form right now, Tomiyasu would have been a stronger option in recent weeks, particularly in Arsenal's draw at Anfield, as Zinchenko was torn apart by Mohamed Salah for Liverpool's equaliser. Tomiyasu signing a new deal will be a boost, and he can be a useful player for Arteta for years to come. But there will always be question marks over whether he can become a starter because of his consistently poor injury record over the years. Well, folks, those were today's news. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay informed about everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell so you won't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and see you in the next video.